Hello again, everyone. This is American Idioms Part 110. This is Part 110 in my American Idioms series, and like the others, I'll present 5 idioms to you numbered 546 to 550. But first, I'll give you a chance to guess their meanings. Then I'll give you the answers along with an additional example for each new idiom. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 546. Hold something against someone. And the example is, my boss was really upset with me after I made a mistake last week. I hope he doesn't hold it against me when I ask him for a salary raise next week. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is C, to remain angry at or unhappy with someone for a past action. All right, in our example, we're talking about a past action. This is the mistake that this person made last week, right? And if the person's boss remains angry about this past action, we say they hold it against us. They hold this past action against us. But this person hopes that their boss does not hold it against them, right, when they ask for the raise. Here's another example. I lied to my friend once before, and now he holds it against me every time I tell him something important. Okay, same thing. Past action. This was the lie, right? And he says that this person says an example that his friend no longer trusts him, right? He holds this lie against him. And now for number 547, on a silver platter. And the example is, my son thinks I'll give him anything that he wants on a silver platter, but he's absolutely wrong. He'll have to work for everything I give him. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is A, to deliver or give something to one without having put forth much or any effort. So to put this very simply, to get something without working for it. It's almost like being royalty, where you get everything on a silver platter, literally, okay? This person's son, in the example, acts like he will get everything on a silver platter, but his father says, no, you won't. You have to work for it, okay? Here's another example. I know Karen got that big promotion at work because her uncle owns the company and he gives her everything on a silver platter. All right? So basically, to get something without having to work for it. That's what it means if you get something on a silver platter. Okay? And now for number 548. Take something into account. And the example is, I got my new job because my new company took into account all of my experience in sales. Can you guess the meaning? And the correct answer here is B, to take something into consideration, like this person's experience in sales. That's what they took into account when he got his new job. Okay? This is how it's used. Like our next example. Many real estate agents will tell you that there are 3 things that you must take into account when buying real estate. Location, location, and location. All right, if you know real estate, it's all about buying it, or the value of it is based on the location. And that's why the real estate agents say that you have to take this into account. Got it? All right, and now for number 549, to stick one's neck out. And the example is, I stuck my neck out when I got my cousin a job at my company. I hope he understands this. Can you guess the meaning? And the correct answer here is B, to personally assume some risk or responsibility for something. That's what it means if you stick your neck out. In our example, they're talking about how this person took responsibility, or he's assuming a lot of risk by getting his cousin the job, right? Maybe if his cousin doesn't work out, he might get in trouble. Right? So he's taking a big risk. He's sticking his neck out for his cousin. Here's another example. I bought an expensive sports car last night and I didn't tell my wife about it yet. I really stuck my neck out. All right, so this guy buys an expensive sports car, and he didn't tell his wife, so he's taking a big risk. She might be very upset about it. So he's sticking his neck out. All right, and now for our final idiom, number 550. Left holding the bag. And the example is, the previous mayor was clearly responsible for misusing the city's funds, but he left his staff holding the bag after he left office. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is C, to put all of the responsibility of something on someone else. Just like in our example where the mayor was responsible for misusing the city's funds here, but what did he do? He put the responsibility on his staff. He left them holding the bag. All right, that's how it's used. Here's another example. When many of its investors pulled out of the new AI project, the owners of the company were left holding the bag for all of the expensive research, which caused them to go bankrupt. Okay, so in this case, the investors of this project left, right? They stopped funding the project. So they gave all of the responsibility to the owners of the company. So they left them holding the bag. They left them with the responsibility for all this expensive research. Okay? And they went bankrupt. So the owners of the company were left holding the bag. Got it? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, and please like and share the video to support the channel. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.